I have how much time in this game now? I think like 120 hours. And not counting the 30 that I have on GOG from the early access. And I still feel like I'm kind of a noob in this universe, man. I don't really know what's going on. I think because a lot of it is very similar to a lot of fantasy that I'm aware of. So I kind of feel like I have a really decent understanding of the basics, but it's the specifics that I'm just like, oh, I actually kind of don't know any of the specifics. The specifics could all be new to me because, you know, I've not spent any time reading D&D lore in any great degree. And this is the first of the D&D CRPGs that I've actually ever really played to any great length. You know, because I didn't really play Baldur's Gate 1 and 2. Knights of the Old Republic and Dragon Age Origins are both based on D&D rule, third edition, I think. I think it's AD&D 3 that KOTOR and Dragon Age are based on, but neither of them have D&D lore, right? Like Dragon Age is D&D-ish, but it's original, and that's what BioWare wanted to do because they're like, hey, we don't want to make Baldur's Gate 3. We want to make our own lore and our own fantasy series. So instead, we're going to make a new game, and we're going to call it Dragon Age. That's how Dragon Age happened, because I keep on trying to tell everybody, like, the people who made Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 are BioWare. Like, hey, everyone acts like Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 are these weird games that no one ever heard of. I was like, no. Those are the games that got BioWare the job making Knights of the Old Republic, everybody. They're pretty important. They're pretty important, like, not only for CRPGs, but for normie console gamers who have only ever heard of Knights of the Old Republic as far as CRPGs go. You know, because, like, that's what got me into this genre at all. And I didn't even dive deep into it until maybe right now. This is definitely the most complex one that I've played. But I don't think you can make the argument that Dragon Age Origins is more complex and in-depth than this game is. I don't buy that. I don't think you can support that argument. Because I played Dragon Age Origins when I was a much more casual gamer as far as like the types of games I played. I was just playing console games at that time. I wasn't really diving deep into complex PC games. I'd play some JRPGs, I guess, but JRPGs are very console-ish. I was mostly playing on Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 at the time, not really doing any PC gaming. Actually, I don't even think I had a PC at the time because I was using a Mac. I was using a Mac to do video editing, so I didn't have a gaming PC, so I would just play everything on consoles, and I was fine with it. It was okay, I guess. But then in 2015 or so is when I got back into PC gaming and really kind of realized what I'd been missing out on all that time, and I was like, oh yeah, I remember mods. Mods are... oh yeah, when a game runs like crap, I can just go online and see what people have done to make it better. And hey, you know my 60 FPS and Force Unleashed video? Force Unleashed doesn't run at 60 FPS on PC organically. You have to mod that in, but it works really, really well, and it makes the game look a lot better. Which is why I was so sad when Josiah rendered my video at 30 FPS. But the 60 FPS version is available on the Marc's Geeks and Gamers videos playlist. I think it's on the Marc Star Wars videos playlist as well. So if you want to check that out, it is Force Unleashed, looking better than Force Unleashed ever did at the time that it was out. But yeah, so getting back into PC gaming and kind of having the ability to capture high quality gameplay footage and just have it on hand, have a bunch of gameplay footage of whatever game I was playing on hand, gave me the push to be like, Adobe Premiere is on sale. It was like a Black Friday sale or something like that, where it's like half price for Adobe Premiere for the year. And I was like, I'll just edit a video. I'll make a video at some point. And I think it was that January, I believe. Yeah, it was a couple months after that I played Yakuza 0, and Fonz, the cool guy Fonz, was asking me whether or not he'd like it. And I didn't really know how to explain it to him in simple terms. I was like, I don't know, like it's really good, but yeah, I feel like you're gonna hate it. I feel like you're just gonna not like this game. And even though I'm loving it, like I think Yakuza 0 is an incredible game, but I could see Fonz just being like, yeah, I don't know, it's a little too weeby for me. And it's not, it's a different kind of weeby than, like, I don't know, Tales of Symphonia would be or something like that. Like, Yakuza is unique. It's a unique franchise, and Yakuza 0 is probably one of the best ones to start with, I would say. But I made a video. and that's the first like game review that I made. And then Plague Tale Innocence came out, I think like a week after I set the video to be live, and all I could think was like, hey, this is a short, kind of lower priced A-level game that looks really amazing, kind of like Hellblade, and I beat Hellblade in a weekend. So I was just like, I wonder if I could beat Hellblade in a weekend. Actually, I went to my parents' house for that weekend. I took the trip from Petawawa to Toronto, and I remember I played Hellblade actually while I was capturing that footage on my dad's like home theater projector. I just brought my PC over, hooked it up, and was like, yeah, I'm just gonna play this here this weekend, because I think it was a long weekend or something like that. Might have been like March break. I don't know. I forget the exact timeline, but I remember being at my parents' house while I was playing it, and then the weekend after that, I edited that footage into a review of a video, and then I did one on Project Warlock. And the Project Warlock one is the one that It's a Gundam retweeted, and that got me like 500 followers on YouTube, which to me was 500 subscribers, which was a big deal, because I was like, man, my channel had like 10. So when I was now up to like in the hundreds, I was like, oh wow, that's pretty cool. And then yeah, and then it kind of went from there. So PC gaming is sort of what got me into doing what I'm doing now. The machine that I was playing my games on all of a sudden was a machine that I could capture really good footage on, edit a video on, and maybe make something of a little side career for myself with. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna start doing this all the time and then just see where it goes. And hey, now I'm here and streaming for you guys, and people actually care to be watching me. So, you know, it's one of the reasons why I don't think you could ever convince me that console gaming is better than PC gaming, because I'm like, there's a whole world of possibilities that can come with just starting to fiddle around on a PC that just you can't get on a console. And I can understand not wanting to even interact with any of that stuff. It's like, you don't have to. It's like, oh, it's not. I don't want to make videos. I don't want to do content. I just want to play video games. I just want to use a controller. I just want to plug it into my TV. I'm not criticizing that. I'm not saying that you're wrong if that's how you feel, because I understand that. I mean, hey, that's how I felt for years. I'm not saying, like, I understand that mentality, because people would tell me at the time, oh man, you really got to start playing Counter-Strike Go with us, or League of Legends, or whatever it would be at the time. And I think actually the first PC that I did buy, which I started using to fiddle around with, was a little kind of Steam box type thing. It was an Alienware little $600 PC that was very small, and it was almost like a laptop with no screen. And I was like, oh, this would be cool to have in my shacks, because I was on a military training course at the time. So I had this little thing that I would use to play League of Legends with my like friends in the thing, but we maybe played like 4 times. Like, so I didn't like get great at League of Legends, because we played a few times, then the coursework started getting a little more intense. We had to do a lot more studying, and yeah, it kind of became a thing that I didn't really care to be doing as much. But I think the thing that really kind of got me back going with that thing, like that little Alienware Steam machine that wasn't a Steam machine because the Steam machine program kind of collapsed before it started. Eventually, I guess, kind of became the Steam Deck program, but it was just a Windows 8 little set-top computer that I plugged into just a PlayStation monitor, funny enough, that I would have in my military barracks, where there were 4 of us in a room, like 4 beds in corners of a room, but we each have a little desk, and mine had a little PlayStation monitor, a little Alienware computer, and my PS3, and that's like, or PS4, I think. PS4, my PS4. I think PS4 had like just come out around that time, because I remember playing Assassin's Creed Black Flag on that thing. but anyway, so that's kind of how I got back into PC gaming. But the first time I really used that for something other than just League of Legends with my army friends was when Vanquish, which I eventually did make a video on, came out on Steam. Vanquish and Bayonetta were released on Steam, and I was like, oh man, I love Vanquish, but it ran like garbage. I was like, I would love to play 60 FPS Vanquish. Like, that's incredible. Let's give this a shot. Fired it up, and I was like, oh man, this is good stuff. And that's when I kind of got the bug to be like, I think I might get back into PC gaming, man, because playing Vanquish at 60 FPS, I don't know, I didn't play with a mouse and keyboard. I think I played it with a controller too. And it was just like, oh man, this is so much better. But now, hey, Vanquish is now out on PS4 and Xbox One, so it runs well on console now as well, plays great with a controller. But it was the level of access at the time, because it's just like, oh, this game's stuck on PS3 and 360, but now that same game is on PC, and oh wow, I can run it at 60 FPS on this $600 little set-top computer that I got. You know, like it's pretty cool. Baldur's Gate 3, I would say, is the moment that I've spent the most time digging into a game that is very much a PC kind of game. Like a CRPG, which is a very long-standing genre of computer role-playing games, funny enough. And I think that this one is probably the most complex one that I've played, and probably the most similar to games like, let's say, Baldur's Gate 1 and 2, Divinity Original Sin, obviously. A lot of modders even fix bugs for a game the developers stop. Yeah, exactly. Quake 4. Try playing Quake 4 right now. Just, if you have Quake 4 on Steam or GOG, run it. Let me know how that goes. The answer is going to be not well. But there's plenty of mods for Quake 4 that get it running really nice, man, which is actually why I'm really hoping Night Dive, Quake 4, man, get Quake 4 going on those consoles and remastered on PC, because we're almost there. We got Quake 2. We got Quake 1 and 2 on everything, everybody. And all of this happened after my Quake video. So I like to think I helped just a little bit. I like to think that there's someone like, hey, even those evil people who hate Star Wars, even they want Quake. I'm just like, yeah, we do. We're not evil, but we do want Quake. Yes, give us Quake. Give us more Quake.